Today's video is a comments video, and the title will be reading subscribers' comments or something like that.
Bragi will be reading it because I can't see past the end of my nose without my
Yes,
spectacles.
in the real world, the modern world, Egil wears glasses.
Yeah?
So our first comment comes in from a subscriber who's been around for a while, called Safe.
Hi, Safe.
Hello Safe. When is your next live stream, guys?
Well, I think that's a Bragi question. He's the tech guy.
Well, I'm up for live streaming a few more times, but I just need to really get Egil together so we can live stream. Now it's very difficult when we're filming on a Wednesday to fit a live stream in at the end of the day. So what we need to do is just commit onto a Sunday or Saturday, Sunday would be best, and just do 2 or 3 live streams in an afternoon.
Okay.
And then just do that every 2 weeks, I think. But then that will fill that gap.
Okay.
And then, as we are slowly getting used to live streams, we'll introduce solo live streams where you can go on camera on your own. Yeah. Soon.
You'll love it.
And see how you cope, because it's going to give you that more experience. So, and I'll be in the background to point out comments and hit my fist. So, no, kidding there, of course, about the fist shaking. So
he'll be doing a metal strip.
yeah, we are planning to do some more live streams, but at the moment it's been quite difficult for me.
Well, you've got 1 or 2 things.
Yeah, so
Take priority.
it just takes time. But we'll try to commit a bit more in the future and get some done.
Yeah. What's the next one?
So the next question, I don't think they would have heard you there, be so quiet.
What's the next one?
It's from Tecto Sagos.
Hi, Tecto.
Real men don't wear shorts? Question mark.
Absolutely.
Gaulish and British breccia or breeches, anyone?
Yeah, well, we all know that the Romans had breeches and sublagari, which are underpants. But even so, when you've got legs like mine and most men of my age, you don't want to see them. So I stand by.
Not unless you're in a knobbly knee contest.
Or let's spot the varicose vein.
Yeah.
But
When we were talking about real men not wearing shorts, we're just talking about the modern age. Not that we want to offend anybody who does wear shorts.
Don't we? All right.
So, we have our next question comes from Tecto Sagas.
Hi, Tecto.
You know, the clear personal anti-Christian stance is slightly disappointing in terms of Dark Age period. Your personal opinions of Christianity are getting in the way of presenting a balanced picture of the Dark Ages. I find it distasteful, to be honest, being neither one nor the other. This is not a personal issue for me, but for the sake of balance, I could really take the piss out of so-called pagan practices, pardon there for the swearing, if you like. There's a lot of rubbish going on out there too.
Let me just say, I am not taking the what's it out of Christianity.
No, you're not.
I have never done so and never will, and I defy you to say that I am. However, people are free to worship however they wish. It seems odd that somebody who purports not to worship anything at all is passing comment on it, but what do I know? Next question.
Well, I think we just need to have some more balance on that as well. Is that, well, you know, on this channel we're welcome to everybody, aren't we, Abel?
Yeah.
We don't mind if you're a Christian, pagan or non-believer. It doesn't matter to us.
With a toss.
All that matters is that, well, we do care. All that matters is that you watch the content and you enjoy it, and we're here to entertain.
Person's religion is up to them.
And
it doesn't matter what it is.
Also, when you make a statement like this, you're kind of politicising the statement on the channel, and this is not a political channel at all.
Nope.
We don't really care about politics in modern life.
No.
It's not something we're going to talk about. We're far more interested in the politics of the Dark Ages, between the Godwins, for instance, another fantastic subject. You know, and Edward Confessor. The politics between those two is, you could talk forever on that.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just want to say, I can't get my words out there, we welcome everybody, and, you know, we're all You know, make one big happy family, don't we? So on to the next comment. Another comment from Tetto Sagas. It does leave very good comments. Well, saga just means spoken. So that's fair enough. And that's a good comment. Do you have any more to that?
No, nothing to say.
A guild of green men and woodrose. Our friend Thorbert.
I thought
Hello,
that,
Thorbert. Razhael. Good health to you and all of your followers. Was this pick on Egil Day or
Yeah.
something? Question mark. It's a sad fact that the gods of the old religion became the devils of the new. Isn't offensive in the slightest. Egil's not actually attacking anybody's religions there, Thorbert, and that's very true.
that's an answer.
And I thought that was a great comment coming in your defence. So,
Yeah,
you
thanks,
know,
Thorbert.
I'll stand with you. Tetto Sagas again. Again, a sad fact, or in fact, just a fact. Also, the Christian devil is not based on Herne. The imagery may be co-opted later, but my guess is that Bronze Age Jews hadn't heard of Herne, never mind Britain, unless you subscribe to nonsense like Chiratha Dinan, can't pronounce that there, being the lost tribe of Dan, for example. I can't really go into that comment, really.
Well, probably Bronze Age Jews didn't.
No.
But Bronze Age, when Christianity was introduced, they had to create devils, and the old gods became the new devils. So there you go.
I'll take a kind of a stance of Game of Thrones here, because I kind of do believe in the old gods and the new. So just put that to a modern kind of a saying, and I do like that kind of saying, you know, because to me that incorporates my faith. You believe in the older gods, you respect your ancestors and the older gods, and you pay homage to them, but you also don't forget the new.
Well, I mean, you see in some of the carvings the mixture of pagan and Christian. It's like, what's it? You see, there's a guy playing a harp in a pit of snakes, and it's sort of Daniel in the lion's den. The reason the lion isn't there is because he didn't know lions existed, or people connected more with snakes than lions.
Yes. So another question from Tetto.
Oh, good.
Am I the only one who sees the irony of Egil sitting in front of a cross?
It's not lost on me at all, but as you can see,
I've got my hats on at the moment.
yeah, it's actually not a Christian cross. It was for putting male shirts
Yeah,
on.
it's not a cross.
But, you know,
It may look like a cross.
but if you want to do that, fine.
It's where I
glad
had
you-
my Gamberson.
Glad you spotted the irony.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. Tetto Sagas again. Robin Offshoreward. Best ever TV Robin Hood show. Oh yes.
Yeah, I did like that. It was good. Clannad did the
Yes.
music.
The music always stands out to me.
But it's another, I mean, when it came out, they tried to ban it, believe it or not. But, yeah, good old Michael Praed. I wasn't such a big fan of Jason Connery because it was a bit of a,
No, I didn't realise it was Jason Connery.
yeah, the transition was a bit weird.
He doesn't have his father's presence, does he?
But the point is, Michael Praed goes in the forest and out comes Jason Connery, and we're supposed to believe it's the same person. Which, whatever.
We have a comment from Tetto Sagas.
Busy boy.
He's very busy. He does leave a lot of comments for us. Onion again, laughs out loud. We've got to get one in every one. Another one from Tetto. Have you heard of the Blue Men of Minch? Great Picture story. I have heard of that
No,
story.
I don't know.
I think I read it once, years ago.
Yeah. I know we had in this country people who were green, found two green children. That was through diet deficiency. As a brother and sister. I think the sister died and the boy went on. But I remember they were green. There was some vitamin deficiency they had.
This is another comment from Tetto Sagas. It's like the Tetto Sagas 10-minute hour. Anyway,
Tactile Sagas Show.
Yeah, it's a Tattoo Sagas show. Oh yes. Hee hee hee. That's Nottingham became Nottingham because those pesky Normans couldn't pronounce SN. Strange but true. Is that true?
I have no idea, if I'm being honest, but sounds like it could be.
Another one from Tattoo is knight comes from Gnout, old Germanic word for boy or servant, in the sense of gilly, etc.
There you go.
That's jolly good.
Yeah. And the next one is?
Tattoo Sagas again in the
Right.
Tattoo Sagas show.
I was getting a bit lost with them out in there.
Well,
What we
yeah.
got?
The film Excalibur has two Excaliburs in it. The first one gets bust.
Yeah, I remember
Then the
that.
Lady of the Lake gives Arthur another one. What?
Yeah.
Great one, but far too much plate mail. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it. He said, "'Twas my pride that broke the sword."
He did say that. Yeah.
I still like the film.
It's a good film.
It's a film, and
It's just
Look,
set, you
yeah.
know, with the wrong period armour.
well, it's based on Mort Arthur. But having said that, any film with Helen Mirren in it, it's got to be a good one. But no, I enjoy watching it. It's good fun, and yeah, it doesn't pretend to be anything other than that. I think.
So another comment from
Tecto Sage.
Yeah.
Tecto.
Go Cow Hunters, go! Yes, and that is in relation of the cow of evil. In fact, there was a rumour he was last spotted last week. So you keep out and look out for that cow of evil.
You sound like you're on the horns of a dilemma.
Well, it's a fellowship now. There's so far, I think 3 of us or 2 of us.
Well, there's no others.
No, I don't know why, but that just reminds me of Blackadder.
Well, I've been milking it.
You've been milking it for a while.
Yeah.
From Tecto again, Egil,
Hmm?
would you consider a tattoo done with a thorn or pin in the traditional tappity tap way?
No, I certainly wouldn't. Because I don't fancy getting blood poisoning.
If it was sterilised, yes.
I think no.
If you like sterilising some like traditional village, you're on some like mad trip somewhere.
This is a guy who obviously hasn't got tattoos. If you go to a tattooist, it's
Yeah.
like a doctor's surgery.
But it is these days.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. Now I'll stick to my special needle gun.
Well, we have a question here from Chaita.
Hey, hi Chahita.
What if you're sorry, start again. What if you're a Scotsman and wearing a kilt? Would that be considered shorts?
No,
No, it's a kilt.
no. But if you're a true Scotsman, nothing should be worn underneath.
Yes, well, to that, to them, I know
If you're in the Scottish regiments, the only time you wear underpants is when women are on parade, and then you have to wear Y fronts. But apart from that, no, I don't call them shorts.
that. No,
I've never worn
no,
one.
I never
mind you.
worn one.
A mate of mine does.
Chaita, another comment.
I
Fun fact, the Picts and Irish warriors wore shorts during the Dark Ages. Most Picts just wore their undies.
well, that's a new one on me, but if you say so,
Yeah, perhaps you could look into that, Simon,
Oh,
but
well-
don't look up it.
look into them. Yeah.
Oh dear. Chaita again. Hello, Chaita.
Hi.
The usual weather where I live in America is 80 to 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be 100. So everyone wears shorts unless you want a heat stroke. Fun fact, we hardly get rain here.
Oh well, life must be really one long holiday.
Well, we've not had rain for about 35 to 40 days now, really. We had a bit of rain the other night,
Bit of sky sweat.
but nothing much.
Yeah,
And if you live in that kind of a climate, then I think it's essential to wear shorts.
this short thing
Yes.
is really getting out of control here, don't
Well,
you
you
think?
started this.
Yeah, well, I just passed a comment, you know.
It's
I
your
mean-
belief about
yeah.
shorts and men wearing. What about ladies wearing shorts?
Oh, that's different.
That's all right then.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, moving on from that rather quickly. Magpie 5678. Hello,
Your
Magpie. Thanks for reading my comment. Will there be another What's in Bragi's bucket?
Better ask the man himself.
Yes, next week, what's in Bragi's bucket will be coming back. Yes, you've heard it here for the first time. An exclusive.
Oh my.
I might even make a little video for it for an introduction. Anyway,
Okay.
we have a comment from a guild of green men and wood rose,
Aye.
Grasdale.
What's that?
White tunic with red trim. Check. Hat. Check. Cloak for going under to seek the counsel of the gods. Check.
Poser.
Check. Bragi, you're dressed as a Huff-Goddy temple priest. Well done. If you look at our midsummer videos, you'll see that I was dressed much the same. Indeed, I did watch those videos. I got actually some comments actually.
Oh, yeah.
I not had the time to watch content. But yeah, I'm wearing more prawny pinky trousers.
That is the colour you get with madder, which is a traditional dye dating, I know, back to the Iron Age at least.
I'll just check camera a minute, make sure it's still
Yeah.
recording this. So, we have another comment from a guild of green men and wood rose.
Oh yeah.
The Folsung saga is my favourite saga. There are so many stories that you could pull from it. Thorbert. Oh yes. And in fact I have started to learn the saga again. And I'm doing this by recording the audio so I can listen to myself telling the saga and try to learn it that way, see if that works.
I think I'll try that in mine because, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
useful way of doing it.
So we'll carry on to the next page.
The conversation stopper.
Yes, it was, and that's actually one of the first sagas I actually read. So I could always remember Sigurd the Dragon Slayer.
Oh yeah.
I was about 12 or 13. So I just checked the camera, folks. Hope you don't mind.
This is where I speak about things just.
It's just because we've got a low battery issue again, and because this charger doesn't seem to be charging on internet, on eBay.
What can I say?
Anyway, Tecto Sagas.
Hi Tecto.
There is an irony in us knowing the old sagas because they were written down.
I see your point. Well, they were written down because Snorri Sturluson, Bishop of Iceland, actually went round collecting these stories and writing them down for this particular reason. So,
And we have a lot to thank Snorri, really.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
you know, if he's looking down at us right now, well, thank you very much.
we had a bit of a hard time, really. I mean, I think he was killed due to some political manoeuvring by some people. It's alright, we keep looking off because there's a little sparrow.
I keep looking at the bumblebees on the lavender.
It's a
So,
beautiful little bird.
we have a comment here from Tecto Sagas.
Hi Tecto.
Raiders would just get lost in the garden.
We're going to make this garden.
I would assume so. There's only one garden appeared on this show so far.
It's quite extensive, and we will be posting one to give you a view of what we deal with here.
Would have seen that by now.
All right. But yeah,
A guild of green men and wood rose. Real men don't wear shorts. Thank you. I tried to tell some of my friends and fellows this very thing, but they looked at me as if I've grown a second head. I love that. I love that. As I was reared, shorts were for children, boys. We live in Virginia,
yeah.
where the summers regularly get up to 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit with sweltering humidity, and I never saw even my grandfathers wear shorts. Men just don't wear them.
Yeah.
I myself only wear them if I'm doing yard work or at the beach.
There you go.
Thorbert.
Yeah. Now, somebody else was saying 100 degrees or whatever, wearing shorts. There you go. Go to Virginia. That's
Yeah.
where real men are.
I think in the UK it has to be about 90 degrees to get you into shorts if you're sunbathing.
Well, that's not always advisable, is it? But Hey ho!
I'd imagine Spike Milligan would have a lot to say about shorts if he was here now.
He's dead, so there you go.
Well, you have to leave that one
After
a bit
use a
short,
week,
that one.
yeah.
Dear.
And the next question, please.
And this is from a Guild of Green Men and Woodrose.
Aye.
A suggestion: when you have a video as long as this one, you may want to edit into multiple smaller videos. Just a thought.
I'm with you on that one.
That was on the episode 9 of the Weekly Viking vlog, which was 1 hour 47. And it wasn't.
Is that the record?
Yes, it is the record. And we didn't really intend to be that long, it just didn't feel that long when we recorded. So we tried to keep the vlogs to about an hour. But one of the problems is that, well, YouTube actually love and really want people to make long videos. Because for them, they make more revenue from the longer videos. So there is a balance between making a longer video, but whatever I do, the most important thing is that you look at your audience retention and see how long they watch on average, and try to make videos longer than that. Because as long as you make videos longer than the average audience retention over a certain period, then that will keep going up. Although it'll peak and it'll dive. So yes, it is sometimes something that does concern us. We do make long videos.
Also, I must apologise for the sound of motorbikes and cars. We're not far from the main road.
Yes, we can't control them, and if we went outside with an axe shaking out, we'll be told off. So yeah, so that's just that.
And the next one, please.
A Guild of Green Men and Woodrose.
Jolly good.
I like the channel name. It is long, but in a catchy way. Of course, I am known for liking long titles and names. Yeah, so we'll keep.
enough.
We're going to keep it for now. Whether eventually we may look at the branding with an actual branding agency and decide to change it, then is another thing. But that's in the future and a long way off.
Yeah. And the next one, please.
Yeah, the next question comes from a Guild of Green Men and Woodrose.
Jolly good.
Regarding being pagan in the 1980s, I didn't become a heathen until 1999, but I remember the satanic panic that we had here in the US during the 1980s and 1990s. That had to be a tremendously difficult time. There had to be a tremendously difficult time to be a pagan or heathen. Thurbert.
Well, in this country, basically, the Witchcraft Act wasn't repealed, I think, till about 1953.
Yes, it went about that.
So technically you could go to prison for it, but I don't go about that far. But yeah, I know what you mean. There were we had the scares in this country, didn't we, where there were alleged child offences. It turned out it wasn't them, it was certain lunatic fringes stirring it up.
Yes, I've heard of the satanic panic. Wasn't that caused because of a serial killer going around killing people or something?
Well, the 70s bred some really weird stuff. In the 80s, people were coming around to it. Nowadays, it's sort of, yeah, so what? But it could have been difficult in the late 70s, early 80s. I know what he means. You have to be careful. Fortunately, the world has grown up since then. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say on that one.
Well, we have another question from a Guild of Green Men and Woodrose, and this is for you, Egil. Egil,
Yeah.
you might enjoy this article that I wrote some years ago on hell and the heathen afterlife. It is a bit dated, and I really need to expand it some, but you might find it something interesting in it. So I've got a link there, which I'll
I'll
send
have
you.
a look at that and we'll see what's what.
Another one from a Guild of Green Men and Woodrose. Kirk Douglas, The Vikings, is a great flick.
Yeah,
Fun to watch, never really gets old. Oh yeah.
I'm with you on that. I mean, we're going to do a bit on this later, aren't we?
Yes, we are going to review the trailer of that.
However, it's when you look at it, it's more than what you see.
Oh yeah, it's a great film. I really enjoyed
There
it.
are some quite good historical facts, and remember, it was 1958 when that was done. We were in the cow pie hats at that time. you know, the horn helmet
Oh
job.
yes.
And he resisted that. And like I said, we'll be talking about this later. If I tell about it now, it'll sort of
Yeah, well,
muddy the waters, won't
yeah,
it?
well, it would do. A Guild of Green Men and Woodrose. A video chat sounds great. Do you use Google Hangouts? I am 5 hours behind you time-wise. Unless you're on night owls, the weekends may work best. Yes, I think the weekends would work best for us, because I most probably will be caring for my dad in the evenings
Yeah.
when he gets back home. And I have heard of Google Hangouts, and I have been in one or two of them, but I don't really understand it, so it's something I've got to look into. I'd imagine it's far more easy than Discord. So
I'm just the eye candy. This is the tech guy.
we have a comment here from Chiita.
Hi, Chahita.
Yes, I agree. Storytelling and the learning of history should be open to people of all ages,
Yeah.
especially the younger generation, because they will be the next generation, the next ones to pass it on. Keep up the good videos. Can't wait for the next saga. Raz Hale.
What's sale?
Raz Hale, good health to you.
Next one.
Hi, Guild of Green Men and Woodrose.
Hi.
I seemed to enter a world. There were these people dressed in red and white, and there sits Bragi, dressed in red and white. Ha!
Yeah, well, there you go.
And that is to your folk tale of the shepherd and the fairies.
Ah. Nice one.
I was having a sleep during that one, if you remember.
Go on, the next one.
Guild of Green Men and Woodrose. It's a common theme in fairy tales. A hero happens upon or being brought to the other world, Fame, fairyland, where they are allowed to stay or are kept until they break the rule that was given to them.
The world of fairy is an interesting one. You go to Ireland and you get a circle of mushrooms, and no farmer will break that because it's bad luck.
Oh,
So it still carries on today. And if you go around the British countryside, you'll see that there are clusters of trees which you think would have been cut down but haven't been so, and they may well have been ancient sacred sites.
do they have a name?
No, they're just,
That's what's
especially
big.
around Derbyshire, if you go around out into the country, you'll see hills with trees on, but you'll also see flatland with a copse of trees, and it's interesting that they should be left there.
Oh, yeah, very interesting that. A comment from Chiita.
Hi, Chihita.
This will be to that one we just talked about.
Yeah.
Lovely story. Never knew fairies were in folk tales during this time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, fairies are more of a later medieval term. They would have really called them an elf or something like
Well,
that
we talk
during the
about,
Dark Ages.
the Vikings talk about white elves and swart elves or dark elves. Whether they the land of fairy, I mean, that you hear that in the Irish tales.
Check the camera. You carry on.
Irish tales speak about things like that, and yeah,
We're still recording.
the little people, as the Irish call them, you know, and
Oh, it's the little fellas.
and that's about it's on that one, I think.
Yes, so Stefan Milo. Hello, Stefan.
Hi, Stefan.
How's it going, mate?
Yeah.
Do you guys think the mushroom reference in folk tales are talking about hallucinogenic mushrooms, or are we just assuming that?
That's a very good point.
It is.
Because, yeah, we know now that phlegaric mushrooms it's a form of natural LSD. Don't try it. But it's a good thing that we assume it. We don't know. I'm sure there are people out there who will say, yeah, it's true, but it's nothing that really occurred to me until you brought it up. Nice one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to go into a bit more detail and a comment on that, but they're not actually commented on that comment.
And the next thing.
So we have a comment here from Kevin Smith.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, I believe he's been subscribed for a while, so
Yeah,
hello.
nice to
Welcome
hear
to
from
the channel. This is the first comment he's left us, and this is on the 4th of July video.
All right.
Skull, my friends. Thank you so much for those sentiments. I'm subscribed to your channel and find it absolutely fascinating and most entertaining.
Great.
It's much appreciated. How you feel about the 4th of July? My family came to this continent and 1615, so we had a lot vested in it. Even though now I don't live in the United States, I live in the People's Republic of California. But I'm hoping one day it will be great again, like those days in the past. Keep those great videos coming. I can't wait for the next one.
America's a great place.
It is a great place.
It's founded on freedom, democracy, and all that's decent in the world. There are a lot of people who attack it. Well, you know, everybody gets attacked at one time or another. And it's a great country. It's one of the most generous countries. People don't realise it. When you see these disaster areas, how many times you see sacks of rice saying a gift from the people of the USA?
Oh, a lot.
And America doesn't blow its trumpet about that, and I've got deep respect for the country.
Oh, same here. I love America. I'd even consider living there.
Yeah, I'd
you
like
know.
to have a look round anyway.
Perhaps, you know, the American government want to give us a job. We could go around telling folk tales for them, you know.
Eating up their ice cream.
Now, one of the things we had was that I think Northworthy Sagas basically accused us of being Trump fans because I'm used to the comment making America great.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to be related to Trump, but regardless of what we think about Trump, that's irrelevant what we think. I'm just trying to, you know, to soup up and make things seem positive. And I didn't really appreciate the comment because I thought that was kind of politicising that, and that's not what we're about. So
Well, we've got one each, haven't we?
yeah, but it's the same one.
No. Yeah, okay.
That's irrelevant anyway.
Yeah.
We have freedom of speech on this channel, so people are allowed to say what they want, and we're not biased in reading what comments we read out. We'll address every situation comes across.
Yeah.
So, Chiita, awesome video. Happy 4th. Happy 4th indeed.
Yeah.
And another comment from Chiita.
Hi.
A sad fact, as it was many British soldiers were conscripted into the army, and many of them deserted. Most of the Hessians even settled after the Independence War.
Well, the poor Hessians actually were dragged literally off the farmland, slung into the back of the cart. Next thing they knew, they got a uniform and fighted in America.
Well, they was good fighters.
Yeah, well, as I say, they looked, the local lord went round and just whipped these workers off.
Fantastic uniforms.
But
I like the Jaegers. Good light infantry.
well, I think, you know, I mean, being honest, the Americans had a point. You're paying taxes, but you're not allowed to represent your views
Well,
or whatever.
what I like about the Independence War is that it was the first time when you was fighting for a nation. And this is very similar with the Civil War. In the Civil War, you was fighting to set other people free, fundamentally, as a unionist. And I think both wars are very influential, where the war wasn't just about a war, it wasn't about just a bit of land or this or that. It was about an idea, an idealism.
Yeah.
And, you know, look where America's gone in between, you know. Done some fantastic things. And it will become great again. Anyway, we'll move on from that. And I find where I am. Magpie 5678.
Hi, Magpie.
Thanks for thinking about us Americans.
Yeah.
Oh yes, well, you know how we feel. Odin.
Hi.
Hello Odin. Was hail. I will drink a horn of mead in honour of the American Revolution.
Good lad.
Indeed. Now, we have a comment here. It's a new subscriber to the channel.
Hello.
And you would have heard about him because we gave him a shout out in yesterday's vlog. if
Right.
it's not, if it's published on Sunday. And this is Brand Holt.
Hi, Brand.
Hello, Brand. I think my favourite saga is Njaal's saga. It's just so epic. The characters are great. I think because I love so many of them, Bragi saga, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, is another favourite. How can you not love Snowy? Well, I think we've already praised Snowy enough today, but yes,
Yeah.
got to love him.
You know what? We ought to have a top 10
Yeah.
of Viking sagas.
Well, we could do some top 10 videos,
Yeah.
and if you'd like to see some top 10 videos, then we could certainly do that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the top 10 Viking monsters, the top 10 folklore.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to Brandholt's comment, other notables are the saga of Harvard, of Isafjord,
Isafjord?
yeah, old men and little boys taking blood ventures, awesome. King Hrolf Kraki saga, that's a brilliant one that.
Rolf Cracky, yeah.
Hrolf Kraki. The saga of Gisli,
Yeah, the Gisley brothers.
Egil saga,
Best.
and of course Greta's saga,
Yeah.
which I'm reading for the third time right now. As I write this, I keep thinking of more, but I don't think you want an essay. Oh, I know you didn't ask, but my favourite tale is Harida's tale. So thank you very much there, Brand.
Yeah, nice to hear from you. Let's keep hearing from you.
And Brand does time stop motion videos using Playmobil figures telling the sagas. It's a very new channel, so please go and subscribe.
Keep doing it, mate. Just keep in there.
Another comment from Brand Holt. I mentioned in a couple of responses to other people's comments on this video how bad I thought Jason Connery was as Robin Hood. It reminds me that his dad also played the part of Robin, and Marion. A great movie in my opinion.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I thought Robin and Marion was very good because it doesn't show Robin Hood as all tights and bows and arrows. It shows him with a bad back. It shows him getting older and how he's been exploited. I mean, it's a cracking film. Jason Connery as Robin Hood, yeah, I'll reserve. It was okay, but yeah, you know, whatever. But the film Robin and Marion was really great, and yeah, quite interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good series. And also the film Robin and Marion. I mean, it's probably in my top 5 films, Robin Hood films. And perhaps we might talk about that in another video.
Yeah.
Comment from Cheetah.
Hi,
Love the
Cheetah.
Coppergate.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. It's also a nice place to visit. If you're from abroad, it's well worth a visit to go to York as a whole, and also come to Derby.
Oh yes.
If you're here, come to Derby, and we can always buy a cup of coffee for him.
Oh, I'll buy him a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
You
all
come,
right.
you tag along.
Oh, all right then.
Yes, we can have a meet up in Derby. If we're ever in Derby on holiday, not really ought to come to Derby on holiday. You might do. We've got the Peak District.
We've got all sorts
know.
here. Yeah.
So yes, Cheetah, the Anglo-Saxons were quite crafty.
They certainly were.
Cheetah, oh yes, I would thoroughly enjoy a follow-up on this video. And that video was the Staffordshire Hoard video, a Saxon treasure.
Yeah, well, we are planning on doing that. It's also worth a visit to go and have a look at that.
Yeah, it's going to be a new kind of a format.
Yeah.
We're going to cover some hoards. I'll do a video on my own, just talking about the general facts about the hoard, and then we'll do a video afterwards, talking about the hoard together. So we get 2 pieces of content on the same idea. What do you guys think on that? Would you like to see that? I think it would be good.
Yeah. We want to give it a try, haven't we, and see what the people say.
Magpie 5678.
Hi, Magpie.
What a magnificent find!
Oh, the Staffordshire Hoard.
Oh yeah, right, was we
wait.
doing that?
I don't know, but yeah, it is a magnificent find.
I'll check the camera, make sure we're still recording.
Yeah.
I apologise for this.
How it got to Staffordshire, I have no idea. But I have a theory as to why it took place, but we'll talk about that in the next video to do with it. I have seen the hoard when it was at the British Museum. There's a bit of it at the Staffordshire Museum, which is surprising.
Well, you've got 3,500 pieces.
Yeah.
Magpie 5678. I would enjoy more like this on the Staffordshire Hoard video.
I'm assuming that's what it means.
Yes.
Not unless you've been doing other kinds of videos.
No. A guild of green men and woodrows. If you come to Virginia, I'll take you to Jamestown, the first permanent English settlement, Colonial Williamsburg, and the Yorktown battlefield, Thorobert.
That would be great to see. I've seen a program on Jamestown, and I remember there was some guy got shot in the kneecap. They mentioned it in the journal, and lo and behold, they were digging and found a skeleton with the ball still in his kneecap.
Oh.
So they could identify the skeleton by name, which is quite rare. I know Jamestown hit some pretty hard times because they ran out of food, and this guy went back to England to get supplies. But, you know, there was a 13-year-old skeleton of a girl with cut marks on where they cannibalised her. It does happen. You know, you're going to make that choice. Do you eat human flesh or do you die? That's up to the people concerned, I think.
I've just seen some of my Civil War friends on Facebook. I've just come back from America, and I believe they were at the Battle of Gettysburg in their Confederate kit, which was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's that.
You know more about the American Civil
And of course,
War.
if we go to Jamestown, I think that's where Gerald Calente lives. We can nip it and see him.
Oh, right. Well, I know that
like him.
I know that it's triangular fort. And what's the other place?
Well, that would be Colonial Williamsburg.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I'd love to come to America. I haven't even got a proper passport. So.
Well, one day we'll do this tour. We keep talking about it.
Yeah.
And when the channel is very successful,
Well, yeah.
and we live in the YouTube lifestyle, Egil will have an iPhone, be all trendy,
I'm wearing shorts.
go to our moustache barbers.
I'm wearing shorts.
You won't be wearing shorts.
You never know. Could wear a mankini.
You're more likely to eat my shorts rather than to wear shorts.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on quickly from that. A guild of green men and woodrows.
Hello.
You could do Guy Fawkes night video in November.
Yeah, that's sort of my birthday.
You could be Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, Guido Fawkes. Guy Fawkes has the unenviable reputation of being born in two places, according to York. You go down Stonegate, there's a plaque, and there's another one further along.
This half came first then.
I have no idea, but he was a plot that it's a good job it failed, because it would have had civil war like you wouldn't believe. But we'll talk about that when we get nearer the time. Right near my birthday.
Oh right, yes.
64 this year. Look at that.
Woof woof.
Yeah, baby.
That's a song about being 64, sung by the Beatles, but I'm not allowed to sing it. It's
Yeah.
copyrighted.
Well, when you get older.
Yeah. You're not that. Anyway, Tecto Sagas.
Losing my hair.
This is from the comment.
Hi, Tech.
This is from the video, the 3 sillies.
All right.
So, at least 6 of these then. Sounded like another Nottingham tale.
It could well be a Gotham tale.
No, it's not a Gotham tale, no.
No, you don't think it is?
No, it's not. No, it's just an English folk tale.
Whatever.
There's a few versions of it, and there's also a few versions from across Europe,
Yeah.
including France and Austria. Anyway, I think.
Even flies are attacking me now.
Ah, Cheetah.
Ah,
Intro
Cheetah.
was cool. Almost thought you were troll hunting. That's one of my videos where I try to do something a bit different in the introduction rather than just walk in and talk.
No. Mine boggles.
No, it's very effective.
Yeah.
This is another comment from Cheetah. What on Midgard is going on? And I think that is from the three silly stories when I said that in the story.
Alright.
Tetto Sagas. The other thing about pewter is the idea that you wear what you can afford. Think of all the modern brands that are copied and worn. The desire to look flash on a budget is nothing new.
It's not so much on the but yeah, okay.
So we have another comment from Tetto Sagas, and this was from a video which we had a hammer in. You know, if I had a hammer,
Yeah.
I'd hammer in the morning,
Or in the evening.
occasionally in the evening,
But all over this land?
and probably all over this land.
Good lord.
How did you guess that?
It's a song.
I know that.
You have to be my age.
And why did the sound so high pitch at the end of there? I don't know.
If you think you know why Bragi's voice was
Yeah,
high,
why was it so high pitch?
please send us a comment.
It's like I could do an impression of a noob on Xbox. Hello, I'm a noob. Can I come and play? I'll be with you. And they all squeak at you. And you think, oh, good God,
I have no
you
idea.
soon disconnect and leave that party. Anyway, you're not used to these things being not so modern.
No, I'm antediluvian.
Tetto Sagas, incidentally, because I do love that word, one thing I find amusing is the use of the word mark
Uh-huh.
as a measure in films.
Yeah.
100 marks of gold to the first man, whoever, whatever, for example. A mark is approximately half a modern pound. Few people, question marks, Bragi question mark, laughed out loud, are going to have that kind of cash on the hip. Or in this case, silver.
I don't know what I say that. Some people are rich, some people
Yeah.
ain't. I'm not rich,
Well,
but I'm sure there are plenty around here, especially around this neck of the woods. But, there you go.
Chiita,
Hi, Chahita.
love the bucket.
Way! Was it Billy Bucket?
It's Bragi's
Bragi's Bucket.
bucket of mystery.
There's all sorts in there that you don't get to see.
There is indeed. Chiita,
Hi, Chahita.
very interesting video, and I learned much from this. This was on the Hacksilver video we did.
Oh, right, yeah.
Was gold used as well?
Gold wasn't as common, but yeah, gold itself. One of the slang terms a king used for his jarls was gold necks, because they're forever having necklaces, pendants and whatever made out of gold. I try and avoid this, A, because I can't afford it, and B, because I don't want to be like everyone else, stripping with gold and all that.
Well, we can't
fancy
afford gold.
stuff. I can't afford pewter.
I know, I
But,
forgot there's a pewter for you.
but having said that, gold was used, if you look at the Staffordshire hoard, on the weapons and at Sutton Hoo. Gold was there to say, hey, look at me. And
Hey, look at him.
yeah, woof. But we do find that gold and garnets, we use them as a dating method with the archaeology, because after the 6th century there was a war in China which blocked the route for garnets to make their way to Europe. It wasn't until about the 12th century that things settled down again. So any instant you see gold or garnets, you think it's what, 6th or 12th century. But you know, that's another fact for you. What's the next one?
Ah, Brand Holt.
Hi, Brand.
I gave this video a thumbs up,
Oh,
question mark. But I feel an arm ring might be more appropriate. In a recent episode of Saga Thing podcast, which I mentioned and left a link for in one of my comments a few days ago, they interviewed Kat Jarman, a biological archaeologist involved in the dig at Repton. It was very interesting and worth a listen.
mm.
If she spoke to them, she may be willing to speak to you as well.
Well, worth a try.
I looked at Repton on Google Maps, but that was the closest I could get. I'd love to see some film of it and the dig in sight. Well, we have thought about going.
Yeah.
When Egil's the archaeologist, so he's the one with the contacts.
Well, we are in the stages of trying to get there, but also in the church. If you go down into the cellars, there's 3 Saxon kings buried there. The tombs are still there, and we've got ourselves a squirrel.
Yes, he's got a. It's fluffy.
Yeah,
My dad's mate, he called it Fluffy.
I like squirrels.
We have another squirrel called Sciatica. My dad's got back complaint, but that's another story.
Monkey nuts, that's the name for a
Oh,
squirrel.
well, that's be the third one then.
Or Nutella.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll all look at going to Repton, and perhaps if you can chase it up soon, because I imagine they won't be digging for long.
Oh, you never know. Okay, next.
Stefan Milo.
Hi,
Such
Stefan.
a fantastic find, great video. When I was an archaeologist student, we excavated a Bronze Age tomb.
Nice.
Most of the site had been badly damaged by 3,000 years of ploughing, but miraculously a dog had been buried with its owner was
Yeah.
still fully articulated. In all the time it had never been disturbed. No gold though.
Well, if there was, it'd probably been nicked by the Victorians, or even earlier. But it's interesting that pets, we checked on sites that have been dug from the Bronze Age, and we found that cats had a special status, that they were pets, but they found dog bones which had been stripped, defleshed for the pot, which is weird. Why eat cats? Why not eat cats if you're going to eat dogs? I don't know. But my brother wrote an article.
Perhaps dogs taste more like chicken.
I don't know. But my brother wrote an article. He was sent to analyse the internal detritus inside the pots, and he found out it was mostly mutton type stew, sheep. You know, they've been boiling up. So, sheep stick, they're at the Iron Age, it seems.
Yeah, well, comment from Tecto Sagas.
Hi, Tecto.
Bragi and his amazing golf bag of weapons. Honestly, could be a long wait while I see choosers laughs out loud, and that was in relation to the combat at the end of the last vlog.
Is that the one where I caught my knuckles? Or
Yeah,
that
well,
one
you
where
do
I cut
insist
my
on
wrist?
not wearing gloves. Tecto Sagas, what's the source for Thor killing Jormungand story?
Jormungand.
Would quite like to know it.
There are 2 versions. The early version, he kills Jormungand, and the second one, he lets it go, and of course Ragnarok, he gets zapped by Jormungand himself. I don't know where I could find the original one. Maybe one is later than the other, I don't know.
Yeah. Tecto Sagas, when's Techno Egil due to appear? Question mark, laugh out loud.
Techno Egil, oh wow.
Yeah, all you got to do is just pretend to dance without
Oh,
any
right.
music for 5 minutes. It's the most simplest video you could ever possibly do, man. And if it goes viral, oh my god, it's going to change your life. In a
Yeah.
good way.
Yeah.
You'll be like known as being the most second famous techno Viking.
Who's the first?
The techno Viking.
Yeah.
What do you think first? Father Christmas? I'm not the techno Viking. I don't have a beard and tall. Anyway. What do you call a deer with no eyes?
Go on.
No idea.
Ah.
That's not in the comment, that last
Yeah.
bit.
Well, it's like the dinosaur that was blind. It was known as the Dithinkisaurus.
Alright,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you call a deer with no legs?
Go on.
You can call it what you like, it won't come to you.
Oh dear.
Anyway, Tecto Sagas, ventriloquist is from Latin and means belly speaker. That's very interesting, that.
There you go, you see. We're not the only smart ones, eh?
Yes, boneless berserker Bergthora. Hello, Bergthora.
Hi, Bergthora. Yo.
Is that your garden?
Not mine.
You need to introduce a shield maiden.
Yeah.
We do need to have a
A
lady.
lady speaker.
lady Oh, this is from the vlog.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, we are still looking for a
lady talker.
lady. I can't say it. It's your fault.
A lady storyteller.
Yes, we are looking, trying to stay serious now, for a lady teller of tales.
Yeah.
And I did ask an ex-girlfriend of mine from many years ago, who Egil has never met, and I don't think she really took much account of it at the time.
Yeah, well.
But we'll keep working on that. Bonus Berserker Berg Thor also asks, can you sing a Viking song?
In answer, no, I don't know Viking
No,
song.
I think it's more to me actually.
Oh, right. Ah.
And we're going to finish this off from this point because it's already been an hour.
Yeah.
And the last comment goes to Chiita.
Hi, Chiita.
Is that combat I see in the thumbnail gets mesmerised?
Alright, so they like combat, I
Yes,
take
so
it,
if you've got any more comments or questions,
yeah.
if you'd like to have read out in the next comments video, then please leave them in the comments. And for now, this is goodbye from me, Bragi.
And it's goodbye from me, Egil. Keep dropping those comments. Love to hear from you.
And don't forget to like the video too and share it.
Yep. Bye.
Was hail.
This is empty, but never mind. Half sail.